What's up, everybody? My name is Braskus, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program. I love this game, and as I mentioned a little bit earlier, or maybe later, depending on which order I'm releasing these videos in, I've been kind of on an educational video game kick recently. Been thinking a lot about games that do an excellent job of really teaching you actual, real-world applicable things, and this one's pretty high up the list. It's got a pretty steep learning curve, and I'm probably going to suck at this because it's been a long time since I played this game. I started playing it shortly after it came out into early access, and it took a long time before it actually finally released, but we're getting the sequel next year, and I'm very excited about that. So I wanted to play just maybe a couple episodes on this, probably not go too in-depth on it, but maybe share it for those who haven't really taken a look at it before, and just to have some fun. So, we're going to start a new game. We're going to call this one... I don't know. Bad Career. We're going to do a career game. Personally, I like the the Kerbal flag. And difficulty normal is fine. Start. So a lot of this, they really don't tell you much. So if you're curious about actually playing this game for sure... Alright, so I'm Gene Kerman, Flight Director, and your guide for this quick introduction. This is the Space Center. Here you can manage all aspects of space. Feel free to look around. Right-click over the facilities to learn more about them. Left-click when you're ready to head inside. Thanks, I've got it. So, we're just going to go to Mission Control first. Because the way this game works is you have a limited amount of funds, and the way that you get more funds is to... pull off these different missions. So right now we can gather scientific data from Kerbal. Objective, recover or transmit any science experiment data from Kerbal to achieve this goal. So we'll do this one. Launch our first vessel, we can do that one. And escape the atmosphere, we'll take it. Or no, I can only take two at a time first. I don't know how quickly I'll be able to do that one, but we'll give it a shot. Okay. So now we can go to the vehicle assembly. Basically, all we need to do is we need to take off and land. I already know this. He's basically just teaching me how I do stuff. So we start by getting a command pod. And then we need stuff to make it work with. I do want it to... I don't have an option to couple it, though. Okay, well, fine. We'll give it the Flea Solid Fuel Booster. If we want this to work, we need to make sure that they can land safely, so we'll give them a parachute. I can put a goo container on it. Do I have anything else I want or can use? Well, I can do fins. Let's make 3 fins on here, so we've got some degree of stability and or control over it. There won't be a lot. Payload coupling... I don't need a girder. We've already got the engine. We don't have fuel tanks yet. Okay. That's it. That's our first spacecraft. That's all there is to it. But we do want to change this, because if I set this the way it is, I will launch the booster and the parachute at the same time, and that's not what we want. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Let's launch it. Who's going with me? Or rather, who's taking the leap? Jebediah Kerman. This is Jebediah's view. How do I get out of that view, though? Nope, that's not what I wanted. I don't remember how to do the view. That's the map. Shoot. Hold on. I need to look at this real quick, because I don't remember. Gameplay. Well, these are not what I need either. Close all that. Fine, resume flight. Let's see, there's got to be somewhere I can do this. Messages, resources, contracts. Ow. V. V is my view. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're good. 3, 2, 1. Alright. There you go. We're out of fuel at this point. It's just the remaining momentum carrying us up here. Since our speed is slowing down, I'm going to get ready to observe our mystery goo. Alright, we're at 10,000 feet. Almost 11,000 feet. Okay. I think you have to break 70,000 kilometers to break atmosphere. Can we get to 12,000? Barely. Okay, we'll check it at 12,000 feet. Okay, and we'll keep the experiment. This is going to get us 7 science if we recover it, so we'll keep it. And then, you know, we have to fall kind of a long ways. But the important thing is we're going to fall somewhere outside of where we were, which means when we land, I believe Jeb can EVA out. He could plant a flag, he can gather soil samples, and that should allow us to get some science back. Okay, we're going down kind of quick, so I'm going to drop that chute now because I don't want it to break if it... I mean, it shouldn't. This is the most basic rocket I can build. They didn't give me much to work with, but... Yeah, see, now the speed is dropping, which is what we want to see. Oh god, it's such a wobbly mess. But we're 300 meters above the surface. We're going at 6.8 meters a second, which is pretty decent. Okay, and we've landed. Now, can you EVA? You sure can. F to climb out, thank you. And then you can just, like, fall. That's fine. There we go. Alright, now I want you to... No, don't deploy the chute. Don't EVA report. Don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? No, probably not, but you can keep the experiment nonetheless. There should be a way to plant a flag. I'm just trying to remember what it was. Oh, how do you plant a flag? You know what? I don't really think it matters. We're fine. Deploy the chute. Disarm. EVA report, remove helmet. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. That's good enough. So now we've landed, and we can... Oh, does he have to get back into the thing for this to work? B to board. There we go. And recover the vessel. Okay, there we go. So that is 8 minutes. We have successfully launched our ship. We got the EVA report from Kerbin's Grasslands. It's got us 2.4 science. We got a mystery goo observation while flying at Kerbin, which got us 7 science. And a recovery of a vessel that survived the flight, which got us another 5. We recovered all of this, so that maintained the value of the money. We got some of it back. We didn't spend all of it. And the crew survived and got 1 experience out of it. And then under archives, we've completed these as well, which earned us another science for that one and 1 for that one, as well as increasing our reputation a little bit. So now, what do we have? Focused observational survey of Kerbin. Haul Mark 16 parachute into flight above Kerbin. So what does this want us to do? Have the parachute on it, be at Kerbin, be flying between 2,000 and 10,000 meters, speed 30 meters to 210 meters, so we can't be going too fast. But that's fine. Escape the atmosphere. Tell you what, let's go build our vessel first, and then we'll kind of decide what we want to do to tailor for that. It's a little bit backwards. Oh, but before I do that, research and development. This is where you spend the science. So I've got access to basic rocketry, engineering, let's see, what can you get a basic rocketry? This is where we get liquid-fueled stuff and new solid boosters, so we're going to take that for sure. Down here in engineering, we get decouplers. I absolutely need those. And then survivability seems like a pretty good one for me to grab, plus it gets us access to more science equipment, like the heat shields, or sorry, not the heat shields, the barometer. Gotta love that. Device for measuring the local atmospheric pressure. Warranty void if exposed to air. Stability would give us the nose cones and winglets and the radial decoupler, which would be really nice to have too. Oh, but that costs 18, so I can't get that anyway. That one's 20, so this one's the only one I can even afford, so we'll do that. Alright, let's see what we can build here real quick. We can just delete this whole thing. I don't need it. We can do better. Alright, I still need the Mark 1 command pod, because it's the only one I've got. But now we can build something a little different. Man, I need a radial decoupler, though. Okay, we're going to go for basically just major thrust here. And this might not work at all, but I'm doing it. Oh, wait, no, take that off for a second. I need a couple things here. I might be kind of shooting for the moon, but let's see. Thermal. I'm going to put a heat shield on the bottom. Then I'm going to attach a decoupler to the bottom of this. And we're going to put that right there. And then I'm going to set it to 3. And under the engines, we're going to add the flea fuel boosters to it as well. Now, this is probably a terribly designed rocket, but I'm going to go for it anyway. And we'll see what happens. Okay, and then utility, I want the... Let's see, these ones are tolerance, massive impact is 12. These ones are 12 impact. I think these are the ones that are designed, yeah. So we're going to take these, and we're going to attach 3 of them. And then I'm going to put one Mark 12 on top of it. And that's how we're going to live through this. And then in science, these all weigh 0.5. So I'm basically just going to attach one of these below... hold on. One of these below each of the parachutes to kind of try and keep the weight balanced. Although air resistance is probably going to mess with that a little bit. Okay. Communications, I could, but I'm not gonna. I don't have any electrical thermals done. I could do landing struts, but they're not really needed. Basic fins. We'll just put one on each of those. As ridiculous as this looks, I don't care. It's fine. Payload, I don't need a service bay. I've already got the decoupler on there. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Okay, so we have our little rocket. Yeah, save and continue, it's fine. Just so I have it when I come back. And let's take a look at what we think we can do here. Suborbital trajectory. Well, I don't think I have enough to do that, because I'm not going to be that high up. This says... to perform the test, activate the part through the staging sequence when all test conditions are met. I don't think I'm going to have what I need to do that either. Probably don't have enough to escape the... oh, man, I don't know. Screw it. Let's just see what we can do with this thing. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to go for it. Oh, but don't let me forget. I got to change my... Bad things happen when you don't change your... these. Yeah, okay, so that'll launch those. I want to launch all the boosters at the same time. And I want the decoupler to happen in its own step. And I want the parachutes to go off on theirs. Okay, go! Huh. It's actually kind of working a little bit better than I thought it would. Still not great. I'm not going to get anywhere near high enough to do the... Well, I don't know. What was our record last time? 12,000? And if I decouple those, maybe that'll help me get a little bit of extra since I'm not carrying all that extra weight up here. Oh, down they go. Long way down. Yeah, I'm only going to get 10,000 out of this. Okay, can I... So, transfer... No, I don't want to do any of that. Stop it. Observe my mystery goo. Keep the experiment. Log the pressure data on the barometer. Keep the experiment. And over here on this side... Oh, good lord. No. Oh, I had it. I had it. I had it. I had it. There. Log the temperature. Keep it. Deploy the chutes. Okay. That was definitely not the best thing I could have done. But it worked okay. At least we've experimented some. I need to get enough science, though, in order... I just need to figure out how to test enough science to get access to the radial decouplers, because that's a real game changer. Once you have enough radial stuff, then you can kind of use that to... Like, I could set up those flea boosters, right? And then fire them off, and once they're out, I can disconnect them, decouple them, let them fall away, and let the hammer booster take me the rest of the distance that I need. And then we would be good from there. Let's just kick this up so that I don't have to wait for it to go all the way down. Because it takes forever when you get down this far. Especially when I'm using 4 chutes. 3 drag chutes and 1 actual parachute. I definitely did not need the heat shield, because I didn't go anywhere near high enough for that to be an issue. Might be worth it to actually try and fire that again with just the hammer booster and see what we get out of it. Okay, got another 100 meters left until we hit the water. 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, splash. And recover the vessel. Okay, what kind of science did we get out of all that? Probably not that much. Hey, we got 18 science out of it. That was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So, sweet. Let's go back into research and development. That gets me stability, which is good because it gets me those nose cones and the radial decoupler. Okay, so we're going to research that. And I think I've got time for one more. So let's take these off. Just delete that whole thing. Get rid of it. I'm happy with everything else we've got on top of this thing. I'm happy with the radial decoupler where it, or the normal decoupler where it is. But now I need the radial one here. And actually, we're going to do this a little bit more. Or we're going to kind of go for a big one here. I'm going to stick some fuel tanks on the bottom of this. And then under engines, I got to put the swivel engine on it. And then I need another decoupler. And then this goes on the bottom of that. And by the way, again, this is an incredibly stupid design, I'm sure, but we're doing it anyway. Screw it. Go big or go home. It's our last rocket of the time. Oh, right, but I didn't do enough decouplers for that. Boop, boom. Boom! Man, just look at all those. And then we may as well work on our aerodynamics, so we'll stick nose cones on all of them. forget about being aerodynamic. I just don't care. Okay, so that's going to fire all those boosters. But then I want them all to decouple. But I don't want that one to decouple yet, and I want one of these boosters not to. And it's probably the first one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, they're all fine. Okay, so those all fire. Then they all disconnect. When's this? Why the hell is that one disconnect? Okay, so those go off. I need to add a new one here. This one goes there. So these fire, they disconnect. This one fires, it disconnects. This one fires. And then it disconnects on its own, and then we're good from there. So we will save and continue. We're going to go to mission control real quick, pick up a couple of missions, and see where we get to with those. Let's try and... I don't know. I doubt this is going to work, but I'm going to take this contract. Focused, take a crew report in flight below 17,500 meters near zone 5 PZC. I don't actually know where that is. Ah, screw it. I've got the one important one. We're going to try and leave the atmosphere. See what happens. I doubt this is going to be it, but we're going to try it anyway. Oh, I didn't mean to leave. I meant to go to the launch pad. Here we go. No. That one. Launch vessel. Vehicle building assembly can't support a vessel over 30 parts. What? Well, shoot. Okay. Guess I can't do that many. What do I have on here? 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26... Plus 6 more is 32. 33, 34. So I think if I get rid of maybe... bummer. Okay, let's grab the decouplers and out, and we'll just reduce this to 4. And now we'll launch it. Okay, and we'll double check and make sure everything's fine for the, everything's still good. Those launch, they disconnect, that fires, it disconnects, it fires, it disconnects, everything comes back down. Okay, go! Oh god. Turn on SAS or I'm going to really regret it. It's the only thing that keeps this rocket stable. Because nothing else is going to do it. We need to fire the throttle all the way so that I can trigger the next one when I need to. Well, we're definitely doing better. We are now... Boy. 20,000 mile or 20,000 kilometers or meters? Yeah, 20 kilometers above the surface. Oh boy. Uh-oh. I don't think those are gonna... Okay, we're fine. Maybe. Yeah, we're good. Okay. It was a near thing, but we're good. Okay, well, yeah, we're a ways up here. And we might have enough momentum to actually carry us to the 70,000. Where are we at on our map here? Oh, yeah, we're going to be fine, man. These Apoapsis is going to take us up to 223,000. Okay, this rocket did a lot better than I thought it was going to. Cool beans. We have definitely broken Atmos. Let's observe our mystery goo. Seems to have been clumped into a sphere, also appears to become brittle. Well, we will keep the experiment. And then we'll record the temperature. Temperature scan, collected and recorded, that's about all it says. That's fine. And the barometer, which displays pressure, Instrument reads 0. It's as if it were in a vacuum. Imagine that. Boy. Long way up. Oh, by the way, I don't need that anymore. Funny thing is, if I'd let the boosters do their thing instead of firing that rocket on its own, I probably could have turned this into an orbit. It wouldn't have taken much. I just needed to put it at about 90 degrees and fire it out. And then I probably could have even... That rocket I built would probably get us into a stable orbit and back. But we have done it, man. That's pretty freaking cool. There's our... way down there. It'll basically follow us. It's gonna come back down. It doesn't have the I don't know, trajectory to put it into orbit. It's not gonna stay up there forever. Man, 180... Can you imagine that? Actually being 180,000 meters away from the world. 180 kilometers away from the surface of the planet. Absolutely mind-boggling. And the speed you're going at, right? Like, we were going almost 2,000 meters a second. Totally insane. Alright, we're going to queue up the warp here, because I need to actually get to the end of this faster rather than slower. Okay, and then stop, because as we're coming down, I need to be ready for this. The heat shield should get us basically through this. We ought to be okay, but now we're back in the atmosphere. And in a second here, it's all going to start heating up again, but we've got a heat shield on it. For a very, very good reason. But we need it to be going slower for these to work. And the air resistance should cover that. I'm going to shut off SAS so it can kind of balance itself out. Uh-oh. What did I just lose? I'm really hoping that was like the goo canister. Yeah, I think the goo canister is all I lost, so we should be okay. That was quite spectacular, though. Okay, now it's safe enough that I can deploy the chutes. Do I have a shadow down there? I'm gonna deploy those. Because the last thing I want to do is, because this is an important thing to realize. This is your meters above sea level gauge. But of course, the ground at this point can be well above sea level, so if you don't deploy these at the right time, you can go smashing right into the surface of the ground. I've done that before, where I, like, came down towards a mountain and I was just watching the meter and I just collided with it because I was still, like, I don't know, 900 or like 1,000 meters above sea level. And it was very bad. Alright, and we'll speed it up again. 4 times warp is fine. Once it gets down a little farther. Okay, so now we have opened the last chute. I'm still looking for like a shadow somewhere that I can use to give me an idea of how far away. Oh, there we are. There's our shadow. So we're still pretty high up, but we're getting down quickly enough that we'll manage. I'm so glad we broke atmosphere, man. I'm going to try that. And so I'm pretty much at the end of my time here, guys. So thank you all so much for watching. In the next one that I'm going to do, I'm only going to do probably 2 of these unless people want to see more. But in the next one, I will probably take that same rocket we just used and try to set it up so we're able to... let me recover the vessel here. Create a stable orbit around Kerbin so we can actually do that, and then we'll try and do a re-entry, which I think we can do. I'm pretty sure we can. I'm not too concerned about that, but anyway, guys, it's been fun. We got 43 science out of that. Whew, boy. Total reputation 56. That was a good one. Research and development. What can we do with 50 for 43? General rocketry, advanced rocketry. Ooh, BAC. Okay, we need to get that for sure. General construction, crew cabin, strut connector, new decouplers, fuselage, stability enhancer, brand adapter, Terrier liquid fuel engine, liquid fuel tank. All good stuff. Although I think the one that I bought is the only one I can actually afford. Everything else is too expensive. Yeah, they're all 45. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching, guys. We will pick this one up in the next one. That's fine, I guess. Just save it. And we'll try and get into a stable orbit next time. And maybe even bring it back down safely and hopefully not get them stuck in orbit. I've done that before, too. Alright, if you guys enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button. Feel free to leave any comments down in the section below. And as always, I will see everyone in the next episode. Catch you guys later.